So, welcome. Just test my mic. Yes, it is all good. Oh, I look especially kind of shiny today. That's kind of cool. So, this seems to be the part of the show where basically I have a little chat to myself and greet people that aren't there quite yet, but they're joining. They're joining. And yes, could you shut the door, please? Just have a swig of my lemon water. So, as it says up there, in fact, I should probably do something where I'm kind of I flip the screen round, shouldn't I? Let's make a tune. In fact, there's no time like the present. Oh, hello, dog. My dog's just getting comfy for the show. He loves to join in. Let's go to that. Is there any filters on there? Anyway, that's not something to do while I'm live to everyone, is it? So I've got some fun news, or fun for me anyway. It's not all about me, is it? God damn it. No, of course it's not. So my fun news is I'm starting up an email list, and I didn't quite realize how involved it is. So something else I'm going to have to learn, apart from obviously learning to make music like I have in the past. It's going to be a year in May, I think. Yeah, and then learning how to live stream, learning how to essentially talk to myself when I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. So the next thing to learn is how to write emails, right? Like a weekly story. And I'm wondering whether it would be interesting. I'm getting more and more comfortable on video, and if I feel like I've got something to say on video, so it might be more interesting if I put a few words and then somebody just watches a video. So that's something I'm going to kind of play around with that idea. I think that might be good. So a little funny story. So last couple of days I had a couple of Sony digital SLRs. In fact, I think they're not digital SLRs. They're just mirrorless cameras that look a bit like a digital SLR, and they've got fancy lenses and stuff. Anyway, I originally had 3 of them, and I'm down to just 1. And one of them I sold with a couple of lenses. And in the interim, anyway, long story short, I've got a camera coming tomorrow. And it doesn't have a lens, but I didn't think it mattered when I first bought it, when I first ordered it. And now it does matter. So I'm kind of short of a lens. Anyway, sometimes we can dig ourselves in holes and then go, I kind of should have pondered that a little bit. Let's have a drink. So I didn't manage to get the email list all sorted. I think I'm going to turn this fella up a bit. It seems... Actually, when I turn it up, the camera's fancy, and all it does... is turn the brightness down. There will be a way around it. So, yeah, we're going to make a tune together. And what I do is I get you to basically answer some questions. And the questions I will put in the chat. So I'll just get this fella up. Oh yes, it's over to the chat. Things like, what instruments do you want to hear? What tempo do you want? What descriptive word are you going to give me? And you give me a descriptive word, and then I type it into Ableton Live. Let's move that over like that. And Ableton Live is, well, this is what it looks like. And yeah, I essentially, I type it into here, and then I can have a look through my vast banks. I'm sure there are people that actually have got way more sounds than I have. I tend to make music with what I have, as opposed to in my head going, oh, I've got this idea for a track, and then trying to hunt for that sound that's in my head, because that is a rabbit hole waiting to happen. And I don't particularly like going down rabbit holes. I want to work with what I have and make the best of it. And if you throw down enough musical ideas, then essentially you're going to stumble across some gems. Indeed you are. So I've been chatting now for about 7 minutes. I'm going to throw down some musical ideas, and I'm not going to do any editing, hardly any editing. And then when somebody appears, they can get involved and answer some questions, and we can make some music together. Yeah. Good call. Good call. So this is a template that I use. So my template: drums, bass, a software called Omnisphere, and this is Isotope Iris 2, which I got for free actually. Beatport were, I think Beatport are now selling, or maybe they always have sold sample packs and sounds and whatnot, which is quite interesting. Mind you, I guess Beatport was mainly for it would have been just for DJs, right? I mean, I thought it was huge, but actually there are millions and millions of DJs. Everyone's a bloody DJ nowadays, right? Right. Let's start with Omnisphere. And the tempo, I'm going to go for... What's that fella do? 140. Ooh, banging. And let's move over to here. Controller view. Hello. This is the Ableton Push 2. Pick a scale, E flat Locrian. Now I want to hear what that scale sounds like. Yeah, it sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? Oh, of course, it's a, what do you call it? It's a mode, and modes they're the same as a normal scale, but they just sort of start in a different place. I don't know much about modes, but when I was at drumming college years ago, and they were teaching all us drummers music theory, and so even though I do that, it's really expectant, and I want to go to finish it off. Yeah, it's got a strange feeling to it. So let's go into Omnisphere, and I've been using a lot of arpeggiators and rhythms of late. So I'm going to move into distorted, and then I'm going to move into vintage guitars, eh? This is do you know what? I can't even read it. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play. Actually, to change the key. Sorry, the tempo. Metronome on. I quite like that little fucked up noise at the end. I don't know how I did it, but it just kind of went bleh. Yeah, fun and games. And some bass. So because we've got that distorted electric guitar, I do not want distorted bass, because then everything's just bloody distorted in it. I don't know why I said in it. So I'm going to come through here, and I'm going to pick the first one that isn't distorted. Okay, well I can't hear that at all, so let's load that in and see how it sounds. Oh, yeah, this is another Omnisphere sound. Let's get rid of that. Oh. No, that's massively distorted. Let's not do that. Okay, this is a fretless bass open, apparently. Oh, that's quite nice. Right, I'm going to have a little play about, come up with something, and then I'm going to record. Okay, this is going to be a bit Jaco Pastorius, I think. Can't quite hear the bass because the guitar's too loud. Okay, we have something there, and it sounds kind of interesting. Drums. Right, I'm kind of thinking when I was at drum college, there was this the teacher's band. God, what was his name? I can picture him now. He claimed to play jazz, funk, metal, and it was technically amazing, phenomenal to be able to play all those notes. But it was boring as hell. Like, yeah, it was just shit. Okay, shit. I mean, that was my opinion of it, was shit. It was just so over most people's heads. You go there and listen, and after a while you're like, okay. But yeah, what a band. They were fantastic musicians, just playing stuff that was just so out there. Anyway, this is kind of brought that to my mind. Not saying that I'm a great musician, just saying that, yeah, it's kind of a bit out there and whatnot. Oh yeah, so let's randomly pick a drum kit. The first drum kit to sound vaguely real. This one, kind of nice old school feel. Whoa. I still had the sound of the preview in my head. So yeah, those first few notes were very wrong. Okay, we're going to do a half-time thing, it would seem. Nice sounding kit, actually. Tom Machine Blip. Right, have the hi-hat nice and quiet. Turn the metronome off now. Quantize. What quantize speed have I got it on? 16ths. Oh yeah, but it feels like 30-second notes because we're at 120 beats per minute, not at 60. But the groove feels like it's 60. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Right. And do we want randomly pick a sound from here? There's got to be more sounds than that. This is rhythmical. Aftertouch. Let's have a listen, see what aftertouch sounds like. Oh, okay. So basically, when I'm just putting up an octave, I touch it gently, and then yeah, it's like touch sensitive. It's really nice, actually. Right, I'm just going to have a little play around and see what comes out. Okay, something like that. Okay, I kind of went off on one a bit there. Normally I just keep loops, but I kind of did a little mini odd solo thing. Add some verb to that. Cool. And I'm wondering whether that drum part oh shit. I was thinking to myself, what does that do? Brilliant. Let's go back to laptop view. What is that? And how do I get rid of it? This is brilliant. I love the way that, like, live on the internet, I'm like, how do I do this? What is it? So, let's learn something. Drag to stretch notes and or envelopes across the timeline. No, I don't want to. I want to... Oh, okay. That was an accident that I put it in. Yeah, so is this actually the correct amount of bars? Because it seemed to be going a bit weird. Let's have a listen. Okay. Right. It is now time to throw down a very fast arrangement. That's the word. Because the reason I don't think too much about this is because I'm making something to have an opinion about later. Is it obsessive of me that the BPM is 219.08 and I want to have it at 219? That 0.08 is just bugging me. Probably because when I've worked on other people's tracks and it's not a round number, it really winds you up. Anyway, let's record. Yawning. Let's record that part into there. Just turning that down a bit. Right. So what I was doing there is this is arrangement view, this here, and when I press tab, this is session view. And the reason I make ideas start off in session view is just it's so easy for them to just loop round forever, and then I just need to record them into the other part. There are so many ways to throw ideas down, but this is just a way that I watched a YouTube video, it's 10 minutes long, of how to make your first track, and I was like, right, I'm going to do that. That looks easy. Select all, drag that across, and then we're going to start off with the drums. The bass is going to come in, and then this fella here, and then that lead synthesizer. Then I'm going to cut there, which is Command E, and then I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to select, Shift, left click, move those across so it's got just the this lead fella, whatever that sound is, can't even remember. And Command left click, move that across. Command left click, move that across. Shift left click to select all of those. Command E. And then the drums are going to carry in. The bass is going to go back there. So we're just going to start with the bass and this Omnisphere instrument there. Then the lead instrument's going to come in, then the bass instrument. And that's enough of that. That's enough. That's all we need to have an idea. For me to have an idea when I listen to it in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, to go, oh, yeah, I want to work on that. And I probably won't remember making it. Although actually the ones in the live stream, sometimes I do remember making them because they take longer than the normal ideas that I just throw out there. And the reason for that is just because I'm chatting and kind of explaining things and stuff like that. So now I selected that, Shift, left click, delete that. And that is just over 3 minutes of tune. Right. Before we have a listen to this, I'm going to just play. Last Monday my latest track came out, and I'm just going to play a little teaser of that. And then when you want to hear it, I will post in the chat. Latest release. Later on, you can check out the latest release. So, I'm going to go onto this view, turn off my mic, and then you guys can have a listen to this. And there you have it. Let's go back onto laptop view. So I'm there. The lighting is going to look different now because basically I've just sat down. My back was a little bit sore, so it felt like time to sit down. So I'm just going to arrange that camera a little bit. Actually, that lighting is quite nice. A bit more natural, isn't it? So we're going to have a listen to this tune, and and we'll have a think about what parts work together and what parts don't work together, and if I may want to work on it in the future. So let's start the tune. I'm just going to go over to this listen tab, not like that, and I'm going to turn my mic off, and then we're just going to have a listen. that was definitely kind of interesting. Get back onto laptop view. Yeah, so that was a bit weird. As I said, it kind of reminds me of being at drumming college and the tutors getting up and playing their kind of really wacky music, but with with the most amazing drum fills and guitar lines that mere mortals won't be able to play. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So, you had a little listen to, you watched the video and listened to the teaser, and there is a link I put in the chat for the latest release. It's called What The. A lot of my other stuff is quite a lot darker than that, but that was kind of something goofy that came out when I was sort of throwing ideas down. The other one, if you would like to, you have you can check out on Spotify. Why hasn't that popped up? The chat should be popping up on Spotify. Ah, there you go. It just took a little bit of time. Yeah. So, do I do another splurge? Right, I'm going to do another splurge. And when I say splurge, I mean just throwing an idea out there. And yeah, this one's going to be a lot faster. And it's just going to be kind of like a fairly random idea. At the moment, I've nothing planned. I'm going to let the sounds kind of guide me. So let's go over to controller view here. And back over to good old Omnisphere. And let's go to Omnisphere 2. Electronic Mayhem. Calliopetic Circuit Ragga. Wonder what this sounds. It sounds interesting. Well, that is kind of weird. For some reason, I want to turn on. I think it sounds better with the compressor on. Yeah, it's very strange. Right, that. We're going to use that. B flat Dorian. And I'm going to play something. The tempo, let's just go for 105, just because it's a round number. Sounds kind of like a Geiger counter. I'm going to have to think about this. I'm not really sure how to... Don't really know why I'm fiddling around with the EQ. I'm just going to record something, see what happens. Oh, I just... Oh, no. I've just realised that I didn't save the last project. I just went ahead and did whatever. So I'm going to have to undo all of that. And then when it changes, yeah, to that. Redo MIDI action. No, undo. So I can't actually find that sound now, which is kind of weird. Do we have anyone on? Not yet. No, it wasn't that, was it? That's being really strange because it says that this is the last instrument, but it's not that instrument, is it? I think I'm going to have to browse again, load it up again, see what happens. Have we lost it? There's the fella. Fantastic. I was a little concerned. Pop back over to laptop view here. And I'm going to save it. That would make sense, wouldn't it? If you guys use Live and you don't know, if you go Shift, Command and S, and then you have the Save As option. Just make things a little bit easier. So, as you can see, I save it in my Splurge folder. And we're going to call this Jacko. Even though it probably sounds nothing like his playing. It kind of reminds me a little bit, just as a fretless bass, right, essentially. And yeah, so that is saved. And also what I do, Shift Command R to export it out, or in some DAWs they call it rendering. And I save that exported file to there. And then I'm going to throw down a new idea. While this is saving, I might just whack that track on again. Yeah. Check this out. Right, there you have it. And it still is my mic on. Just check I can see the levels. Yep, go back to controller view. I think because I was asking my computer to do a few things, it took quite a long time to render it or to export it as an MP3 for me to listen to later. So what I do now is start up a totally new project. It's only called Starter Vox because I was at one point my template. One of the instruments was my voice, and I would throw down an idea and then just any chant or anything that came to mind, I would just record it down and then maybe use later. And came out with a couple of quite interesting tunes from all that. So let's pick the scale. I'm wondering whether I changed the scale of that last track. Do you know what? I think you realise I'm a bit tired by now, so it doesn't actually matter. Omnisphere, let's check out that. Let's click electronica, rhythmic, and whatever that sound is. Vertigen shake. Okay, it literally is. I'm trying to see at the moment whether if you play higher up the keyboard, if anything changes, because the bass stays the same. It's just the high-pitched sound that changes. So I'm just going to record that in. And move on to the bass. There's not really much going on in that other sound. Oh. Bark, apparently. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It is what it is. Fine. Let's fairly randomly pick a drum track. Auto. Bang in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the loop. There must be a way to program how long it loops straight away. But yeah, I just sort of play it and then hit the record button and it loops around the next time. But sometimes I miss it. Yeah, it's pretty disjointed. I'm a bit bored of this iris stuff. So therefore, what I want to do, I want to go back over. It's funny there's no quick way to go back over to these sounds. I think a fairly random orchestra sound. A flute. What weird instrument to pick on that, right? Oh, that's not the flute. Let's find another orchestral instrument. All random. Contrabassoon, no, I need it higher. Okay, French horn. Bit weird because it's trills. Right, this one is definitely quite an acquired taste. Let's go back to that tune. I must remember to turn off that. In fact, there must be a way, once it's played once, for it not to play again. Loop playlist, stop when not visible, restart when visible. Pause when not visible, unpause. Always play even when not visible. Yeah, not sure how. I guess I just need to remember to turn it off, right? So now it is time again to throw down an arrangement. So I'm just going to record those parts into there. And you have a little bit of drums. Then the bass comes in. Then this fella comes in. Then our good old trilly French horn. Trilly French horn that doesn't really fit, but it's there. I'm going to keep this one really short, actually. So it's going to be there. And it's under 1:45. And as I said, it is an idea. It is something to have thoughts about and ideas about later. So let's have a listen to it, shall we? I'm going to turn my mic off. And there you have it. Things always sound better when they've got some kind of arrangement. You hear things coming in and out. So I just threw down a couple of ideas. Those ideas, at some point in the future, I may work on, I may not. I'm not really sure. Yeah, if you're watching the recording of this, please join me again. And we can actually do this live, and I'll be able to, make a tune with you. So thank you so much for your time, internet. And yes, hopefully in real time person soon at some point. Thank you. Bye.